And welcome to another episode of Inside the Mind of the Gamer. I am your host, Bo Dunedit, and with my co-host, Double O, and then we have a very special guest today, Aaron from the one and only, the Black Anime, put a
The
ton,
Black Anime universe.
yes,
No,
that,
we different now.
universe. Oh, it's not universe. Oh, I know you changed
I just
titles.
thought of that. We the BXU. We the BXU. The Black Anime universe. We just thought of that.
That's all right. So today we are going to voice our opinion
Slander.
or slander, however you want to put it. The PS showcase that was shown last week. I, for one, have a bunch of mixed reviews of what was shown. So, we're just gonna go right into it, okay? So, first of all, let's just go with our guest, Lost Homie, aka Aaron. How do you feel about the whole showcase? What was your impression on it?
Trash. Now I gotta say as a whole, I think the reason why I think the PS Showcase was trash in general is because it only really showed it gave us in real they gave us 5 true exclusive games, about 5 or 6, right? And out of those, there's only 3 of them that people actually care about, right? And I think out of the whole show, there was 5 games where I was like, okay, yeah, this is something I might like. That's like, because I don't have a PlayStation 5 because again, I still haven't found a reason to get one, right? So there's about five games that's like this. Forspoken, which again, I'm 50% of Forspoken, and I'll talk about that more. Like 50% Forspoken. There was again, of course, God of War, Spider-Man, the Wolverine game. I'm 50% of Wolverine. I'm gonna talk about my show on that one too. And then there was no, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the only games I was like, wow, like these actually sell something. But the other games, the Borderlands one, that's not a PlayStation exclusive.
The Tiny Tina,
that's not PlayStation exclusive. What's it called? The new squad game, whatever shooting game, whatever the hell it's called.
Rainbow Six Extraction.
Rainbow Six.
Extraction,
that's non-exclusive. The other games they were shown before that PlayStation part, besides Forspoken. Oh yeah, the anime game too. The anime game, I'm looking for that one. That's what I was looking for.
The Project Eve.
Project Eve. I am looking for that. That looked fire. But anyway, all the other ones weren't exclusive. They were timed exclusives, or they were stuff that we already knew about. And that's my problem. They didn't give it. The only thing they gave us that was a surprise for real, was Wolverine and Spider-Man 2. And we knew Spider-Man 2 was coming. We just didn't know when it was coming. Wolverine's the only true surprise. Everything else is just a confirmation of something we already knew, right? And then they gave us like stuff that was just utter trash. Like utter trash. By utter trash, I mean GTA 5 remake in 2021. And they said, oh, now optimized for PlayStation 5. You think we give a fuck about that? It's still GTA 5. They didn't even release DLC. They said you can do all the same missions again in 4K. No one has gone back to start GTA 5 from the beginning. Like it is like, and then there's that, and then there was fucking Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I was like, who gives a fuck about a card game? Who gives a fuck about a card game? Like, no one cares about card game. No.
Like we already have like all this. No one really cares about. I feel like my opinion, simulated card games anymore. No one cares about simulated card games, right? The Burnout franchise is done. The Burnout Paradise was the best Burnout on the nation failed at.
1,000%.
They couldn't get back to that success. They couldn't get back to that Burnout Paradise. Need for Speed, that shit's basically a dead franchise at this point, right? There keeps being rumors coming, another Need for Speed, but no one's really checking for them because they always go backwards. Forza is just a flagship franchise from Xbox. They're always going to release a Forza. But the thing is, Forza sells well for them, and all Forza is a product demo for the new Xbox console. Yeah. That's all it is. It's just a product demo.
That's right.
That's all it is. So that's fine. But who's on Twitter talking about? Who's on anywhere saying, yeah, you know what I'm missing right now in my console ecosystem? Fucking Gran Turismo.
You know what makes me want to get the next gen? That Forza demo.
Yes, I'm looking for Forza 7. Yeah,
that made me get it, bro.
Realistic roads as I drive across a dotted line. No, I don't want that.
Yes, I like to drive some brand new cars on Forza 7 so I can feel rich.
It'd be the longest trailers too.
Yeah.
Be a 20-minute trailer of
like,
a background of a Windows XP background. Like, I don't give a anyway. We're gonna get the 5 simulated racing fans mad in the comments.
Yes, please come.
Yes, come.
All the smoke, please.
We want all the smoke.
All the smoke. But yeah, overall, I said I was giving it like more like a 5 or 6 out of 10, just because there's too many games that are cross-plat or games that I don't care about. They released too many remakes, and there's only about 3 games that were good. Now, I mean, that's fine. I mean, in about 5 years, when they release the next 3 games a year, then they'd be like, okay, you have 20 exclusive games that mean that you have to get the PlayStation 5. That makes it worth it. But right now, it didn't for me as somebody who doesn't have one, who has been thinking about getting one. It didn't like seal the deal. It didn't say, oh yeah, shit, you need to get one right now. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Fair enough. I agree with that because I'll be like some of the remakes or like remastered is kind of like you don't really need a remaster for most of the games that was remastered anyway. For me, the one thing that I hate was that whenever they started this, well, first of all, I'm going to start from the beginning. So when they started the showcase, I'm like, okay, they're showing something real good. And then you got chest pieces and everything. I'm like, okay, this is a very good game. And then at the end, it says play with no limit. I'm like, really? You made me waste. You made me wasted fucking 5 minutes of my life thinking that, oh yeah, this is a fucking hot ass game, but it's a fucking commercial. Fucking commercial.
I was so confused.
I was so confused and hyped at the same time. I'm like, okay, cool. You can use chess pieces to control, control minions on some characters. I'm like, okay, cool. This is exciting. And then it just says, play with no limit. I'm like, really, bro? Really? I was at fucking 5 minutes of my excitement. Give me back my excitement back. I'm like, no, man. That was so, okay. But after that, the other few games, I was like, okay, cool. I was okay with it. I was okay with Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing that I'm good with it because I haven't actually never played like the whole the first original one. I did play the online version on PC, but I was like, it's too much for me to do. It's like, I'll just play a console because I'm a console person. So as good thing that's coming out, and the other games are coming out as well. Project Eve looks good. Now, for some reason, I don't know why the hell the internet is so up in flames about it. So everyone is so fucking ranting that I don't know. They have a problem with the character's ass for some reason. They're saying that too much curves.
Where's the jiggle physics?
What? Yeah, I'm like too much curves and jiggles. I'm like, bro, it's just a fucking game. That's like other games with fucking ass and jiggle figures. You guys will be all right, okay?
Go play DOA.
Yeah, exactly. DOA. Man. And then what again? Forspoken is a good game. Like you got like a black protagonist who got isekai to a different world and has a bracelet that can do all kinds of shit. Like I like the gameplay because it looks interesting. That's why I can't wait for that. And the other games
before we're talking about game by game, right? Can we talk about Forspoken real quick? Does that game not look empty as hell? That's my issue with the game right now. That's my issue with the game, because to me it still feels like it still feels like the tech demo. Like we heard her talk, one of her friends, and then 2 people that are in the other world, right? But watching the movement, watching her actually interact with the world, it's empty as hell. Like you see her flying, and she's flying over trees and grass. Usually I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy that points that out, right? But if you have a very open world game, and they're saying that those are the 2 areas, New York and here, right? A very open world game. Why does it still feel like it's just her in there by herself, right? The enemies, whatever. Like the enemies weren't like fantastic. Weren't like, oh my gosh, like these are the best game design or this is amazing game design. Just like the whole game to me right now still feels just like super bland. It feels like not a copy and paste, not that, but just like there's no character in the game right now, in my opinion. Like I didn't watch it and I felt like I was enamored and I was like, oh my gosh, like Project Eve. I watched Project Eve as soon as it came on. I was like, wow, this shit crazy. Like I like the story behind it seems interesting. They showed that shot of the Earth with the alien wrapped around that space station. I was like, oh, what the hell is going on? Like, and then the fight give us an idea of what exactly it is, what the story could be, the uniqueness of the villains, and it's still an anime game. At the end of the day, it's an anime game. So like it gives off the vibe of like Nier Automata, gives off the Nier Automata vibes because almost every anime game that does something like this gives off Nier Automata vibes. Yeah. And like, so it gives off like that. So like it had character. It had something like this, had body to it. Forspoken is just kind of like, hey, black person.
The moment that they introduced the game too, I was just like, you just gonna isekai the beginning of a game?
Yeah, I'm like
you're gonna bring her in and then just be like, you are the savior of this world.
You are the chosen one. You have all the magic powers.
You just isekai the shit out of a game in the first 5 seconds.
in another world with my smart bracelet.
I am talking to you. I'm on your left arm, and I'm like, you really ain't noticed that big ass bracelet you just randomly have now on your left arm
for no reason.
It ain't heavy. Nothing. No. You just dumb.
There was no weight distribution. You can wave your hand like, oh shit, that's kind of heavy. Like, I don't know. I feel the same way. It was just like when that happened, and I don't know. For me, that's what I'm saying. For me, it just feels like I don't want to say corny, but it just feels corny right now. Like I need to see more gameplay. I need to see. I don't even really need to see the story, but I need to see something that hints at it. That hints at like at a because I understand right now what it is. Oh, she got transported to another. Why she get transported? Oh shoot! And honestly, it kind of tells she got transported to this world because this world is in danger. It's in trouble and it needs a savior, and she's the savior. And I'm just like,
okay,
right. Yeah, okay. That's how I was like.
No urgency, really, but okay.
Yeah, I think they need to and more backstory, gameplay of it for Spoken because if there is more to it, then it does have potential right now. What I'm seeing, as of right now, it's just like it's a demo. Where's the all that game was like not really what. Well, there's a bunch of games that went announced, so let's just jump into the Spider-Man and Wolverine the announcement. Now, the Spider-Man 2, we all know what's going to come. And then Wolverine, I mean, that was a surprise for me. But then again, I'm like, that segment lasted for like 5 seconds because, it was very surprising. You just saw a guy in the bar and then you all just see his like claws pop out. I'm like, oh, it's Wolverine. So I'm like, well, I'm excited that Insomniac is making a Wolverine game, but
I don't know if that's what's the exciting part.
Yeah. So I gotta be honest. When I saw that it was Wolverine, I couldn't be more disappointed. And I think about it, and I'm like, you have a studio that does basically all these, games amazingly, right? Like they've been hitting out the park with the Marvel games. I mean, in general with their games, and you can't do Blade. You can't get Daredevil.
You can't give a Storm?
like I'm just saying, like Wolverine has what, 5 games?
Yeah.
I'm late, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're good, Hydro.
We're overviewing for the most part. Like we're just starting to go like specifically through. And the thing is to just remind like the audience, even at this point, it's like if you want to call it slander of the PS showcase for the things that we are slandering or gonna slander, it's not due to the showcase itself. It's due to the way people receive the showcase. You can't sit here and be like, this is the shit. Why is Xbox even gonna try? When you say stuff like that, now you gotta critically look at the showcase.
Mm-hmm. Just be grown motherfuckers and with teenage mindsets, man. It's been that way for the longest time, man. That's the unfortunate part. Like, it be motherfuckers in their 30s still participating in console wars.
Like console wars, I don't know why console wars are a thing. Like PlayStation and Xbox are doing their own thing and they're all like winning their own way. Like they ain't even a reason for a console war. You like an Xbox or you like Xbox, you like PlayStation, you like PlayStation. No one is trying to beef on who's better. And then most of the games that are cross-platform is already like there's crossplay for both games, so there really isn't any console war to even begin with, so to state anymore.
I mean, when
So,
people are having a conversation,
and if
I'm
you
just
have
like,
a conversation, okay.
no, I'm just like this. Like when people are having the conversation, they're just like, yeah, fuck PlayStation, Xbox, what's up? And I'll be like, yeah, Xbox, it's okay, PlayStation. They ain't mean that shit. They ain't mean that shit. I'm like, little do they know I own both. So I'm just like, they ain't mean that shit. They ain't mean that shit.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, but yeah, so yeah, Forspoken, yeah, I think, and then yeah, the Wolverine game, like you were saying, it's not like you said, it is kind of like disappointing because I'm like kind of thinking, how the hell are they gonna do a Wolverine game? Like how? Because you need the X-Men to even be in there anyway for it to be.
Well, you don't need the X-Men to be in it. You can tell a lot of Wolverine stories without the X-Men being
Weapon
directly involved. I mean, they're all gonna be the background because whatever, that's who he ends up being with or something like that. But I more likely he's gonna be like fighting Sabretooth and Weapon X, stuff like that. All the stuff that doesn't really have to deal with the full X-Men team, that what doesn't have to. You know what I mean? So
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna have like, it's gonna be one of those games where Wolverine's like the main character, but like you might see Cyclops pop in or Storm pop in every once in a while, maybe a Magneto fight and just get one shotted. You know how it goes.
You know, I agree. I feel like honestly, Deadpool will probably be the best person to put in there as a.
Yeah, if they put Deadpool in that game, I'm like, okay. I would say.
I mean, you can't play him. You can just watch him run around and slice shit. But he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Deadpool's in here." Cool. You know, but no, I just when I watched that, I was just like, especially with the era of horror games coming back, right? Horror games are on the rise. We get more every year, whether it's PC only or something like that, and like especially we have Redfall coming out in 2022. Right, an Xbox exclusive. Redfall exclusive, yeah, with the black main character. We have Redfall coming out, all right, and I'm just like, does this not seem? We have Midnight Suns coming out with the XCOM style game. Does this not seem like the best time to not drop a Blade game? Like, this sounds like and you can have him fight Wolverines. I mean, you can have him fight werewolves. You have him fight the Mystic. You have him fight it means it's vampires, but he's fought all of them. Like, you could really run the gauntlet on all the horror archetypes using Blade as a main character. And he's black. I still don't get why studios understand. You put a black character in the game could suck ass. It's still gonna sell well. That's just life. Black people support. I mean, I'm a very big supporter of black mediocrity. Okay, so I'm just like, why can't we have? I don't know. It just feels like we've been stuck to the. Even a Thor game would be great, but we've been stuck to the having to only do the most popular characters, right? Captain America has one game. Iron Man has a VR game.
He has a VR game and then 2 other games based on the first Iron Man movie and second Iron Man.
Oh yeah, I forgot that game. I forgot those names.
Trash.
Very trash. Wolverine has an Origins movie and all, but yeah.
You know what I want? I want a X-Men Legends 3. That's all I want. Not the kiddie shit. Not the kiddie shit they were trying to sell us for Ultimate Alliance 3, but the real X-Men Legends game.
Speaking of Ultimate Alliance, I'm just going to throw this out there. So when Marvel Avengers came out, some idiot person said the Ultimate Alliance is better than Marvel's Avengers.
First of all, Bo, you know me. I could go for days talking about how people have slandered Marvel's Avengers for things that I don't think are true. They're slandering it because it's popular to slander, not because they're true, but because it's popular.
That's true. I like the game. The only thing I didn't like about the game was it's a live format game. Yeah, it was like the single story part was fire as fuck. Like honestly, I'll put that in. It was a good game, but like you said, people just like to fucking shit on it because popular shit on. But,
I think they should have split up the. This is like a tangent, but I think they should have split up the single player aspect of Marvel's Avengers so I wish I could replay the story. Like I feel like what they should have did is they should have the single player aspect separate from the multiplayer, like fully separate. Like you could play with friends in your single player, but overall it should be fully separate. And you should be able to rerun it at higher levels to get better gear. And get better what's it called? Not lifetime gear, but iconic gear, right? You can run it and get better iconic gear and outfits and stuff like that by rerunning the story. Because I would run that story. I would have ran that story probably 3 times. If we had that choice.
People, like Kamala's Khan's story, how she grew up and like how the Avengers how they got divided. That was a good ass story, you know. And people was just started hating on it just because first it was the graphics or the design. It's like honestly like what I feel like what people they were trying to say is they didn't look nothing like the MCU counterparts. They were trying to say they trying to did, but I think if they just went with it, they probably would like this. It was a lose situation anyway. But yeah, it was a good game. But now, personally, I do feel like Ultimate Alliance 1 is the best Marvel game ever.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I played that. I beat the Ultimate Alliance 1 at least 5-6 times. I would just go back and just do it again, and I'm so mad back then. I didn't have money like that. I would have bought all the DLC now. I'd have every single character, everything unlocked, all that. That game is very fun.
I'm saying that's why I was so disappointed in Ultimate Alliance 3 because it felt like it
was catered to MCU fans.
Exactly.
The rollout also sucked because it was only on Switch.
On Switch,
yeah.
And the main audience for Marvel is PlayStation and Xbox.
PlayStation and Xbox.
No one, I would have just preferred the franchise to be dead.
Just stop at 2. Stop at 2.
Yeah, stop at 2. 2 was it. 2 was already dead enough. So
like one had cliffhangers. You beat the game, about the cliffhanger. And it's like they just said fuck all that. Just go to bullshit.
Start our own shit.
Their own shit, yeah.
Like, man, I mean, I gotta say, I didn't really like Ultimate Alliance 2 when it came out. I played the demo.
No, I'm with you on that one. It was
okay, yeah, because they like Ultimate Alliance was its own story, and then Ultimate Alliance 2, they were like, yeah, we're gonna go by the comic books now, and I was just like, comic books. I was just like, so everything that happened in 1 doesn't matter. And I never finished Ultimate Alliance 2 because of that. Like, I like the idea when they added in bridging choices and things like that. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, really, that's really cool. But then I'm just like, everything in Ultimate Alliance 1 just didn't matter anymore. And I'm like, the story in Ultimate Alliance 1 is really good. And then you get to 2, and it's just like Civil War.
Yeah. Some of the gameplay was kind of lacking to me because what the game was heavily advertised on was create like dual combos, but it just be the same combos with different characters. Like, it wasn't really different. That's what I'm saying. Like, Ultimate Alliance 1 was fucking the GOAT. Like, you go into like several different Marvel areas and shit like that. And, and X-Men Legends was good too. Like, I've never forget the fight where you fucking you go to fucking Professor X and you're like level 100 some shit and you're fighting in the dream world. Yeah, remember that? Oh man, I'm telling you, like that's what they should have put back on the consoles. I don't know why Activision didn't put those on too, but yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Some of them are allergic to money. They like it's like I don't know. They think they know what they want, but they don't know what we want at all. Because even though I will say Marvel's Avengers in general, because I gotta talk about it, people hate it. It's a good. I think the worst part about the game is the planning that was put behind the game. That's the worst part of the game. Because if they had delayed it another 6 months, they were afraid that people weren't going to buy it, which isn't true. People will buy an Avengers game if you release it with no promo or all the promo. It doesn't matter. It's a Marvel game. People are going to buy it. And if they had pushed it back 6 months and then they kept the content schedule the way they had released it originally, then people wouldn't be hating on the game because no matter what people say, I'm sorry, all the move sets in that game are good. The only move sets I don't really like are the 2 Archer characters because they're basically the damn same thing. But besides them two, because they shouldn't have put both. They shouldn't have put Hawkeye and her and her in the game. They should have did. They should have did one or the other, and they should have made skins or some shit. Because having them both in the game is redundant. But besides that, everybody's moveset is good. The graphics got better, and the fact that you can do team attacks, but you need a team to do it. But you can do team attacks like that. Like they put a lot of thought into it, but it's just the rollout sucked ass. And then the end game is.
But so you know what? You know another thing that kind of make them look bad. Like you remember when they was having like previews and they was having motherfuckers in private showings and like they gonna break your camera if you catch you film it. People did film it. That's what made it look worse because that draws suspicion when it's in itself. Like people naturally assume the worst, especially if a game that's already kind of getting ragged on. But yeah, my only issue with the game was live service really because I'm not a live service person. Like I know Bo and DoubleO like they play live service, But if it was a straight single player game, it would be really fire. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like they probably if they took that out the next game and just made a few changes or adjustments, it's gonna be a good game. You know, like people just like to hate on shit. Oh yeah, another thing that was kind of wrong with the game for me personally was it was just too many machines. Like I like the abomination.
No, I agree.
Yeah, like I like the abomination fight and who else?
There's Crossbones.
Yeah, and what's that? The dude he just had a movie out and it sucked ass. Taskmaster. Yeah.
Taskmaster. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But shit, like I'm telling you, like, man, the graphics was good. Like I played it when it originally came out on PS4. And like, yeah, I sat through the 5-minute loading screens, but shit, that was, you know, like shit, you know. But you know, on the PS5, I haven't really played on it because, like, you know, I got readjust, acquaint myself with the controls and shit. Because I tried to play it and I got my ass whipped. Like, yeah, like I just got dusted. Like, you know, I'd say, all right, we'll come back to that. But I'm really interested in the Wakanda piece. I'm really see how they're gonna do that one. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, it's good on PS5. I played. It's all right. I mean, it's no loading screen, so that's good. But yeah,
Spider-Man ever gonna come out?
Yeah, it is already planned on. So let's talk about that because I do have like some things to say about that.
No, the DLC character.
Yeah, he's
still planning to come out. We just never.
Yeah, it is planned to come out like in the winter time, like close to the end of the year. This is what is announced. So.
The PlayStation exclusive
character. But I have more to say on about that. But let's not go over the objective here of what today was. The PS showcase. So let's talk about what was trash about it. So we know the good things about it was basically the Insomniac game, obviously, and the remakes of the Knights of the Old Republic and some other good games. So what do you think on
that?
Knights of the Old Republic? So yeah, what do you think about that, Hydro? Before I go to the trash ones.
Well, from my understanding, because like I played Star Wars game like back in the day, so it's the one that you can make choices and shit, and you know, like you can just turn on motherfuckers and just
Yeah.
I look forward to that shit. It was a fun game. It had a lot of customizations, and that game was ahead of its time. If you played it back then, you know that game was ahead of its time.
So I saw it. I played it on the PC. And it basically, obviously, was ahead of its time. Like,
I had it on the first Xbox, and that shit was fun as hell. Like, you know, and it really brought something new to the Star Wars franchise, and I really liked it for what it was. And I really can't wait for the new shit because you know, Star Wars they've been having I feel like Star Wars they put in new shit more in their games than they actually do in their movies.
You
know,
yeah. Even Squadrons, even though I never played Squadrons, but from watching people play it, it's actually something. Squadrons, I feel like again, this is Battlefield and Squadrons should have been the same game, but that's a different conversation.
If it ain't got a lightsaber, I don't touch it.
That is true. If it ain't got lightsabers, I ain't touching it.
Yeah.
But yeah. With I mean, talking about the remakes, I mean, that's the only remake I thought was kind of worth it. Even though I'm happy for it because I never replayed it. I've seen. I got people who express so much love for it, so I'll look forward to playing it when it comes out. Not on Xbox 6, 8, 9 months later, because it will be coming out on Xbox. It's not an exclusive, so I'll just wait because why spend money when I could just play it on my Xbox? Which again is another issue of mine. But I'm gonna be the disappointed one because I was actually disappointed we haven't seen anything from Xbox, Microsoft Studios, or PlayStation about a new single-player adventure Star Wars game. And I thought that's what we were going to get. And then it was like Knights of the Old Republic, and I was just I'm happy about it, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know.
Shouldn't we be looking to EA about that? Because don't they
have
right?
That is true.
EA has a license right for every Star Wars game now, so
that is true.
I played. Did you play Last
Jedi?
Yes, I did. Last Jedi is amazing.
I like that.
That's so fire. I
wish I waited to play it on PS5 because of the 60 frames per second. You know, but it was a damn good game. I can't wait. They need a part 2 for that. For part 2, but you know, I like games like that because EA got this weird ass notion that single player games do not sell. You know, and nobody told them that. They're just greedy motherfuckers.
Dead Space 1, 2, 3.
You know. But yeah, what else? What else did they show? Because I caught sorry about that. I caught Business and Pieces, and of course I caught the main two attractions and shit. So
Okay, so the good ones that they showed was, I know Project Eve was one of them. You already know the other the Insomniac games, and then they announced what other game was announced?
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok. There we go. That was announced too. And then the rest was basically like cross-platform. So
cross-plats, and then cross-plats, and then
remasters. Yeah,
remasters. They released like 4 remasters.
Oh yeah, 4 remasters. So they remastered GTA 5 and the online version. So yeah, more GTA 5 until we can get GTA 6.
My biggest problem with that is, again, like if they want to remaster it, whatever, I don't care. You remastered the base game, and it'd be different if you said, "Oh, we're releasing DLC, and with the DLC, we're also remastering GTA 5." No, they're like, "Yeah, you can play GTA 5," and everyone's like, "Okay, so it's fine."
4K,
4K, and we're like, "Okay." And then they said, "And guess what else? GTA Online," and everyone's just like.
They don't realize we've been playing this game since almost a fucking decade. It needs to die. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say that about a Grand Theft Auto game, but
this is worse than Skyrim for me. This is worse than Skyrim because at least Skyrim, they literally are just releasing the same. They're not adding content. They're releasing the same game, and if you play it, you play it. Whatever.
Yeah.
GTA, they've been dropping DLC for this game, and they'll drop DLC as like $20 that adds in a boat. You can now buy the new yacht.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, really? $20 for a yacht?
You can now buy the new submarine mission headquarters and do 3 missions for $20. That's a third of a game. That's almost a third of a game, and I'm paying $60 for it. $20 for it. What?
Mm-hmm.
It's not even worthwhile DLC, but whatever. No.
Yeah.
People keep buying it. Rockstar made billions of dollars off of fucking GTA 5, so I doubt them. Then people say make GTA 6. They're like, but you're still paying for GTA 5.
Well, that's the thing though, like GTA, they made for themselves like GTA Online. It's like when GTA 5 is one of those games where you don't even have to fuck with the main story. You can just hop online and that just be the core. It's kind of like got the Call of Duty effect where you don't even have to fuck with the story. You can just go online because there's so much shit to do. Now you can go gamble. You can go do heist missions. There's so much shit you can do, and like I can see why they keep putting DLC out and just keep selling to us, but it's really unfair to the whole fan base as a whole. Because you want to see new characters. Like honestly, like me personally, I've never been a GTA story fan. I just like shooting people in the street. I'm young.
You're into the sandbox element.
Yeah.
I was like around people over and beat them people. That's
like just jumping out of airplanes, just having them crash into a building.
This is why parents save that for the mind.
Like I'm telling you, and don't get me wrong, it's fun with people online, but just seeing some new environment would be nice.
Yeah.
A new city, and I mean, for me, like I was never big into GTA because my dad was like, "Yeah, you can get hookers. You're not doing that game. And that's not happening." But like for me, it's like as someone who I want to get the GTA 6, something like that. I don't want to get GTA 5. It's been out for almost a decade, and I get it. But GTA 5 again is like GTA 5 started everything. Without GTA 5, we don't get Fortnite. I'm just saying. Without GTA 5, we don't get Fortnite, which is like the craziest thing to say because without GTA 5, we don't get Destiny 2 as a live service. Without GTA 5, we don't get so many other things. Like it modernized game, which is like kind of crazy to say. It's like GTA 5 reminds me of like Chief Keef. You know what I mean? Like Chief Keef, he's on Mount Rushmore, right? He's not the best lyricist of all time, but he did some shit. He didn't change the entire landscape of rap. And GTA 5 changed the entire landscape of gaming forever. And it's like, and it's just it's so interesting to say that. And that's why they keep going on with it. But no, that remake, they did another remake for another game. I can't remember what it's called.
Alan Wake remastered.
Alan Wake, which again, I was like.
Well, if you even remember, Alan Wake was actually like exclusive for Xbox. I don't know if it ever came to PS4 or not. I don't remember if it did, but I guess it's fine for people who never played Alan Wake on Xbox or
But
had
no,
it.
but my thing is for that to be a flag, because this is your showcase. This is your showcase. This is
Oh,
your,
I get you
know
what you're saying.
This is your showcase. This is your, oh yeah, we've been working on stuff for the past year. We're about to bring y'all some heat, some fire, some things that's gonna make people want to buy a
We done
PS5.
robbed the Microsoft vault.
We're about to make it so you didn't want to buy an Xbox again. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you an Xbox exclusive that they've had for the past 20 years. Yeah. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like a lot of this stuff just doesn't like it. Just Alan Wake. When I saw that, I was like, this is cool. But like, it'd have been different if like Knights of the Old Republic is not only gonna be good because it's Knights of the Old Republic. They're remaking it from the ground up. You know what I mean? From the ground. They're not doing it with Alan Wake. Alan Wake, from what we're seeing, from what we saw, is basically just a port. They're basically just porting it. They're porting it from one console to another. I could do that illegally already. Now there's something I can already do. I can already do that. So it's not. It's not giving. It's not giving. As the internet would say, it's not giving. And
True.
And that's my issue with it. Plus, I mean, especially when we got Control, which is technically the next continuation of the Alan Wake series franchise. And it's like, all right, we're going back to Alan Wake. And I'm like, okay.
But to put the pin on freaking GTA 5, the thing with GTA 5 is we already gave it its flowers. We just needed to stay dead.
Yeah.
That was good. That's
stay in the grave.
So we respect what it did. Just stay in the grave now.
Yeah. No need to milk it like Fortnite.
Season 10, season 15, Fortnite season 15. Ariana Grande. Beyonce on Fortnite.
LeBron James on Fortnite. Yeah.
Marlon King. Go twerk on him.
Who's that anime character off Fortnite? That's what they'll start calling Naruto.
I didn't know yet. You use the Ichigo skin? The Ichigo? Do you use that?
Ichigo.
Is the Ichigo skin? The Naruto?
The Naruto.
Is that
Gaku?
The Gaku?
Gaku, the monkey.
Is the Gaku skin?
He went Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan.
He went what? Is that word you use?
They need
Saiyan?
They need to be stopped, bro.
That's crazy.
What else did they remaster?
Uncharted.
Who gives a fuck?
It's these remasters. They're just
remasters, man.
You know what? I agree with that one because that's like, damn, like they just didn't they remaster it on PS4 and that
remastered on PS4, remastered on PS4 Pro, and they remastered on PS5.
Yep.
Like, I can see Uncharted 4, okay, because that was like the last game, But then it's like, you could just pop in the PS4 version, and just get like boosted some shit like that. They don't need like
it upscales. It upscales.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that even with the simple thing that Xbox did for the Master Chief Collection, that you can literally flip to and from the day one graphics and the remastered. I'm like,
no, that was some innovative shit right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And see, a lot of those things are things we don't like. We didn't see that in the Gamescom. We didn't see that in their whatever it's called, like their big old showcase and showcases. They were just like, yeah, Halo Master Chief's coming back, and you can do this with it. On to the next game. Like it's like because
like you're gonna get Halo with Xbox.
Yeah,
like
you're gonna get Halo on Xbox, regardless.
They're not gonna waste screen time on that. Like
they're like the Halo head, they're gonna eat the Halo stuff. It is what it is.
Like I feel like when they put the Master Chief Collection on Game Pass, that shit was a tweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
It was a tweet in a 20-second video. Oh, the Master Chief Collection is now on Game Pass. And it's on smart delivery, so you can play it on your Xbox One and your Xbox Series X. And that was the whole thing.
Stay tuned for our next announcement.
Yeah,
they didn't give us
short and sweet. Just
it doesn't matter because it sucks. Like, I don't want to like. It doesn't matter. Like, bro, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
No one's buying a PS5 to play Uncharted 4
or Alan Wake.
Alan Wake.
Buying a
or GTA 5.
Like, yeah. But I could go on forever about this.
Damn, what if that's what happens to some kid? He gets blessed with a PS5 and then he just gets all these remastered.
I never had to play these games as a kid. I'm like, kid, you could have got an Xbox and played some of those already, right? You could have got it on Game Pass for $15 a month, Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
You know what? But I feel like sometimes they make some of those announcements and some of those like decisions for remasters just for like filler, like some fluff to get to the God of War and Spider-Man announcements. All right, like it's cool. Like I'd rather that than just some shitty indie games. Like I know it's kind of forbidden to say, but like I see Kenna Bridge of Spirits. That's like a different because it actually looks like a real polished good game instead of like some of these. The natural like 2D indie games where like people try to make you feel bad if you don't give it a chance.
No. Say it. The Microsoft game. Say it. Say what your chest. It's okay. I say it.
These happy birthday kick ass games. That's what I'm saying. Like I'd rather that than just some filler. Because I'm telling you, like if I can't even remember the names of some of those indie games, like please stop showing them. Like they just it's like one day the gaming industry said, you know what, we're gonna start using these indies as filler content till we start like they just have a whole shit of filler, which is fucking crazy, and that's why I said
you come to the stage this year, all right? We don't really have no real games this year, so we need about 15 of y'all. Just come up here and talk. Y'all not gonna sell well, but at least you got a game. At least you could say it's a game. Okay. So y'all
looking at the group is like, all right, any of y'all got stream interface in y'all indie game? Come to the front.
They always got to have that quirky. They always got to have that quirky mind bending game. That like or morals testing game, some bullshit like that these days. Like, man. Like I was saying,
not Cam coming here talking about the gray sweatpants game.
Apparently it's in 4D.
Comes with the glasses. That's crazy. Shit. I agree. I agree with Hydro to a degree. Like my thing is because the same thing with the indie games. No one's buying an Xbox for an indie game. Unless you know the developers personally. No one's buying an Xbox for an indie game.
Or like you supported the Kickstarter from jump.
Yeah, then that makes sense. But for the most part, those I feel like the only reason why I'm okay with indie games is because it's like the idea of like at least as a studio, like it's helping a smaller studio get paid. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm gonna do. But a remake is I just feel like it's reuse, recycle, all that. And it's reusing and recycling. It's doing both of them. And I'm just like, at least give us something new. Like something I might play for 20 minutes and be like, yeah, this is kind of trash. But at least I'm not playing the same thing I played already. Or I can play somewhere else for cheaper for the same price. Like, so, especially with Game Pass, you could just play. I sound like a fucking shill. But especially with Game Pass, like you could, like, I don't pay. I don't pay for any of those games. Especially if they're like Go exclusive. I don't pay for any of those games. Because I just go to Game Pass.
I say like this. Like, what I've been led to believe about Game Pass, like they put it on Game Pass day one. I feel like they don't have confidence in their game. That's just me. They feel like,
for that, I would say just because, so the whole Game Pass thing being on it day one, like I understand the move is more of a marketing thing because of the whole pandemic situation. Because I'm like, back in the beginning of the pandemic, like, they were scared that physical units weren't going to move because you had no stores to go to. And granted, like for a more of the modern gamer, you're not really getting a physical copy unless you're getting like the deluxe edition of your favorite game. Or if you're a person who, it's not really about DRMs and you're just like, nah, I want to own a physical copy of the game so I don't have to deal with no bullshit. Like if my internet's down, I still got the disc. If it doesn't require like a live, if you have a live connection. So,
but you know what? Something that's occurred to me. Maybe they're getting a cut from Microsoft to put them on day one. That could always be a thing too.
I mean, they get residual income for sure. Like, cause the more downloads they get, the more play, and
it's like streams, like on not Netflix, because Netflix don't be doing that no more. But it's like streams, like other streaming services. Like if you get like 1,000 streams, you get like a It's like a fucking music platform.
No, and it's right
because
like
an Apple Music. It's Apple Music for video games. It's like, yeah, you get 1,000 streams, we give you 10% or some shit like that. You know,
because I'm like I've been in a couple of Twitch streaming communities, and the ones that are really high up and do have connections within the industry, there are indie developers that come in and they'll be like, hey, if you get like the top 15 or 20% of your streamers to stream this game and get X amount of views, or even get someone interested enough to purchase the game, you can get a percentage. So it's like the exposure for them works in that sense because they are going to get paid somehow. Maybe not as much as like if they were to do an independent release or do just a release outside of the Game Pass. But the Game Pass for them was guaranteed income.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them couldn't pass that up. They were just like, I don't want to try the waters.
You should get like one big payment, and then they give you residuals for streams after that.
It's just another step into the digital era, like like just another way they're booting physical out. Because one thing, the one thing I've noticed about the games I've been buying lately is that what they're doing is they're essentially giving you more perks to go digital. That's how they can get all their cut, or at least most of the cut.
Yeah,
instead of having to go get physical. They want more percentage, and they're just accelerating the way we're going to be digital soon. Unfortunately, like I'm a physical man, but they're just accelerating. I think Game Pass is just one of them. It's like how, like honestly, but my thing is with not even Game Pass. It's like really just digital gaming in most part because you don't really own the game that way, and also like let's say if your internet shut down, they won't even let you open the game. That's why
That's true.
But that's going on.
See, for Xbox, it doesn't really matter because I've realized one time my internet went down, and I put the disc in, and your Xbox doesn't even start. Your Xbox doesn't even start because the Xbox service was down. So if the Xbox service goes down, you can't even start your Xbox.
You have a brick essentially.
Yeah. But the thing is, that's how all consoles are moving because as long as if Xbox service were to go down and I want to play Destiny 2, that's impossible. If my internet were to go down, I would play Xbox 2. That Destiny 2 is impossible. But I could still go and play Senua, right? I still go play that because I could do that with a silver subscription. I don't need an internet connection for that. But if I wanted to go play any new, especially a lot of the newer shooters, if I wanted to go play Battlefield 2042 and my internet went out, I can't play. I just bought a $70 game and I can't play it because my internet's on. It's like even if I buy that on disc, if I buy that, that's I just like I think like, but with this, so this is what I have to give Sony a lot of credit for because Sony's exclusive games are almost always single player games. You gotta give them credit for that. I gotta give them credit for like you guys like Forspoken. Project Eden Forspoken. I'm pretty sure Forspoken
you got those dumbass people that like say, "Oh, is this an interactive movie?" Like, that's how you know people don't be really playing games. They just go by what other people saying. It's like come on, like if you played Uncharted, Spider-Man, like those are no interactive games you can actually get. So like like that's what I'm saying. Like I hate the narrative these days where people trying to knock people for enjoying high quality, high value games, I'm just gonna say it. It's nobody else what I'm saying. It's really just these Nintendo fans that be saying that stupid ass narrative. Nobody Xbox don't say it. It really just be Nintendo fans with their 30 frames per second, bricking 70p screen. Am I lying?
No, you're not. It's true.
It's funny. It's funny they say that because almost every Nintendo game is a single player game.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like I enjoy Nintendo franchise games and like that, but like it's really just the fans that be saying these stupid ass narratives, especially about Sony. Like great graphics, great games, and it's great storytelling. That's really at the end of the day, that's what really most single player games are all about. That's for the experience. Like how there's a lot of people say like, hey, that's why people play Zelda for the story. And what I'm saying, like calling shit an interactive movie, that's like the most dumbest shit that irks me. It just irks me, because like when did we start knocking people for wanting badass graphics?
That's true, and in a full experience. I mean, I gotta say, like, talk about God of War. I think God of War is one of the best franchises in video game history, and it's because of the story. It's because of the cutscenes are amazing. It's because it fleshes out, who the characters are and the gods and everything like that. Like it gives full body to the work. Like that's what makes it so good. And that's why everybody's waiting for God of War Ragnarok. Even though people will love it, no one's sitting there saying, "Oh man, I cannot wait to see the gaming, the fight mechanics," because it's not going to change that much. It's going to be the same thing from 3 games ago. They might add in a new weapon or a new slam attack, and that's or a new dodge. Oh, now you can parry and dodge at the same time, like that. And it'll be useful, yeah. But no one's going into the game for that. We're going into the game to figure out what happens with Artuis, and then and all the characters. That's what we're figuring out. Who's these new characters? Are we going to fight them? Are we going to kill them? Are we going to be friends with them? What's going to happen? Like, or is because
God of War is going to be all the above.
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty much. But that's the idea of it, like the story, and that's why, throughout the whole thing, like I say, like I can understand people saying being happy, really happy for the Sony showcase because it delivered on things we already knew about, except for Spider-Man 2. But besides that, everything else it delivered on things.
Spider-Man.
We already knew about. Well, Spider-Man, yeah, because Spider-Man 2, we knew Spider-Man 2 was going to come.
Yeah, we didn't know how.
We didn't know what was going to entail. So it kind of gave us an idea. God of War Ragnarok, we kind of knew what was coming, especially if you played the last game. So it's like, I watched the last game. I didn't play it. I watched somebody else play because I'm on the PlayStation. But like you kind of knew what was coming next. So it's like with that, like God of War Ragnarok, like something that we like you wanted, people have been wanting, we've been praying for. People like, yeah, I want to see what happens next in the story, and so yeah, but I can see where people are excited and why they're excited. Does it make it the best showcase that ever happened in history? No.
Yeah.
Does it make the best showcase this year? No, it does not. I would even put Nintendo's the Direct earlier this year. I would put that over this.
Yes.
They released Metroid, they released the Metroid game, and they talked about the new Mario. Like I would put Mario Rabbids 2, like all that. I would put all that over this PS showcase. Like that. When I watched that showcase, the Nintendo one, I was like, I need a fucking.
Are you talking about the E3 one or the one that just happened today? Because I didn't see the one.
The E3 one. One that happened today. I didn't watch the one that happened today.
I already went a ran on this on the episode. I'm just gonna say like in a short form. Like I feel like that showcase was like it was good, but people was trying to like make it seem like it's the second coming because like it was everything else was weak before that. I'm like, oh, it's like where are the games? Where are the games? E3 sucks this year. I'm like the games are right here. Like it'd be people that I feel like. If nobody else is hyped for it, they're not hyped for it. And I just think a lot of games like that, they irk me because, they don't really have a sense of own personal taste and own personal gaming flavor, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of games I said that I was really hyped for, even some like in the cut games, that's why I like to call them, and then a lot of people don't know what type of fun because nobody's hyping them. But yeah, but Nintendo always have like a decent showcase. I don't know why people, the only time it gets annoying when people are like, when's the next Direct? When's the next Direct? We already know who does that, so
exactly.
we already know who does that. It's like but yeah, like me personally, like I like specific things. Like knowing God of War, I can beat Freya's ass in there because she pissed me off. Every time I look at the videos, my recommended how she just started doing stupid shit at the end of God of War 1. Can't wait to she gonna get hers. But Spider-Man 2, I can't wait for that because they got my favorite character in there, Venom. And like it's crazy because like you see hints of him at the end of the first game. Spoiler alert. You see hints of more. Hints
I watched it. I played the game.
Well, there's always somebody that's gonna come online.
Oh yeah, people be like, "Oh man, I never play fucking spoilers. I don't have a PlayStation. You gonna spoil it for me?"
Yeah, it's like this game came out like 4 years ago, and you probably seen the trailer.
4 years
talking
ago,
about it, like Venom. And I think they had Craven in there.
I still think that was Craven's voiceover.
I do too.
Switches to Venom at the end, which that would be amazing. I fucking love Craven.
Like most Spider-Man games don't focus on one villain, so we're gonna see some more people. Like they never just have one villain. So I can't wait for that. Like that was like when we was playing Sister 6 in the first one. That was like, man, that shit was dope. Like
that was dope. Like, and now seeing Spider-Man struggle so much in a video game, like that shit was like, it was intense.
That's some good storytelling.
Yeah.
Like shit. Like I think my most favorite fight was maybe the Scorpion. How he's in that acid sea. Yeah. That shit was that all that mind game shit. That shit was that. But yeah, like I'm saying, like I feel like that's what I was waiting on. That's why I'll probably rate it. Now I can't say if I'll rate Shin Megami Tensei over Spider-Man. I'm waiting for them both, but you know, I feel like Nintendo showcase they're always good. There's not really any bad ones unless the indie showcase. We can scrap those, but yeah. But
I mean, we're gonna get Peter and Miles for Spider-Man too, so that's
They actually gave him a good hairline this time.
That hairline.
They lined them up real good.
He did it officially, and they released him originally. Oh my gosh! I was like, damn.
Like, nah, you need to fit him.
Because I was like, something's wrong with that headline. What's wrong with the headline? Like, hold on.
But then he got the PS5. He's So we line that nigga out. Damn. But, now I think that's the thing is like I talk about. Like I was saying that these two guys before we started the show. I think the superhero genre is really big in games, and it's I would even. Some people probably don't believe. I would put Star Wars in there too, but like the superhero genre is really big in games, and that's why like the fact that Spider-Man is exclusive now is really fucking big because it was exclusive for 2 games in PlayStation 2 era, and then it went cross-plat for its entire lifetime until Spider-Man on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. Which was again that pissed me off more than anything else in history. I will say that pissed me off more than anything else in history. I was like, wow, this is some betrayal. This is some bullshit. Fuck you, Sony. But at the same time, I understand it to a degree, right? And I think that's one of the biggest things that really keeps the Sony's lights on. Well, Sony's lights on, PlayStation lights on, because in general, I don't think they, as a studio, I would say besides PlayStation, besides Spider-Man lately. The biggest franchise that people are looking towards for Sony is God of War. More recently, God of War, Uncharted, and then more recently it's what's the one about
Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it because all the other ones that they had are either not being made anymore or cross-platform. So those are the 3 exclusive series, right? I mean, Microsoft has fucking Forza, Gears of War, and Halo, right? But anyway, those are the 3, but the other 3 are multi-platform or online games. These 3 are all mainly single-player games. So you see the difference, right? You see what people are, and I remember when I was growing up, I always made the joke. I'm like, niggas that with PlayStation were playing. I'm pretty sure everybody had this, but Madden and 2K ran smooth as hell on the PlayStation. That shit ran smooth as hell on the PlayStation. On Xbox, it was a little choppy, but on the PlayStation, that shit ran smooth. So everybody who had the PlayStation was playing Madden and 2K. Everybody who had an Xbox, they was playing COD, they was playing Battlefield, they was playing all those games. Like that was the economy, right? And so now, in a sense, I mean, it still kind of follows that. You know what I'm saying? Like, still kind of keeps it because PlayStation's still making the same exclusive style games, while Xbox is trying to change their image to make games that are different than what they used to make, right? But that Spider-Man acquisition was probably the most important acquisition to Sony. Not acquisition, but they're making it exclusive again. Was probably one of the best moves they could have did as a company. Because if it was still cross-platform, no one was going to buy a PS5 if it was still cross-platform. No one was going to buy it just for that. You get what I'm saying? No one was going to buy it just for Spider-Man. But now people will buy a PS5 just for Spider-Man because that's the only thing that's there.
Spider-Man statistically is the best, like the most popular superhero in the world, the world. Like, you'd be crazy not to want to have that IP. Like, that's why they still got the MCU and Disney by the balls because hey, this is ours. We can do whatever we want. How big of a chip that got to be to the mouse. They're
pissed.
The mouse is that reminds me of the scene in Infinity War where Thanos was trying to get Captain America, and he was he got to use all his strength to keep Thanos back. You remember that scene? That's how it looks. He's trying to hold the mouse back, and that's all they really got. And
that's funny because they think about X-Men and Fantastic Four. When they wanted that back, they said, "Oh, we'll just stop making comics for him." they didn't make X-Men comics for a year. They stopped doing Fantastic Four for a year and a half. And then they got the movie rights back and said, maybe we can start rolling out some X-Men comics again. Maybe we can start fucking around with Fantastic Four, but let them stop making Spider-Man comics.
The mouse is ruthless, man. But I'm going to go see that next Wednesday. But shit, like I was saying, Spider-Man, that's Spider. I told them this last episode. Spider-Man have no bad games, maybe mediocre games, but it's hard to make a bad Spider-Man game from what I played and seen. That's
No. I think like if you talk about the worst modern era, which would be like that's 2010. I can't even think of one because I think all of them have their own charm. You get through Shattered Dimensions. Web of Shadows is revolutionary. Shattered Dimensions brought us different Spider-Mans with different powers, different stuff like that. Then we had
we need a remake. We need a remaster. That's what the remaster we need of.
We need Shattered Dimensions 2. We need Shattered Dimensions 2.
Yeah, part 2.
That's 2. Add a difference. Give us Assassin Spider-Man. And since Into the Spider-Verse is popular now.
There you go.
Into the Spider-Verse Miles in that art style. And imagine we have a Shattered Dimensions where you play as like, now we can do Cosmic Spider-Man runs. We can go bring back 2044, bring back Base. Then you have Miles from.
The kids will go crazy over that.
Kids will go.
I will go crazy for that. And that's exclusive on PlayStation. I will buy it tomorrow. I'm like, damn, fuck the rent.
How do you feel about
Shattered Dimensions 2?
Ken and the Great Spirits. It's a good game.
I plan on buying it, so don't spoil it for me.
Wait, which one?
Ken and the Great Spirits.
Okay, I won't say nothing. It's a good game for what it is because it's one of those games that you can play and enjoy. It's just like one of those games, like I say, play, enjoy, and then that's about it. It has good visuals and everything. It's obviously not really a PlayStation exclusive. It's more of a timed exclusive from what I read because it's also going to come on Xbox. So it's gonna come on Xbox when I read.
Again, I would not be buying a PlayStation to play Kenna. I would just wait for it to come to Xbox Game Pass, which is where probably we'll end up in.
Yeah, because it's a good game. I've seen games of it. It's very fun game to play. So I have no reason that I don't have a reason that no one will want to play the game unless they just have a very dislike for the game. It's a very fun game and very entertaining and fun to play. So I really recommend that anyone will play it if they're just looking for a game to play to pass the time and just for single player games. You like playing single player games, one of those games you just play and then just be done with. Is one of those games you can play and then finish and then enjoy it at the same time.
We're here. Oh, you talked about Marvel games already. Let's talk about how trash Guardians of the Galaxy looks. I feel like how trash does that shit look? That shit looks horrible. That's one man's opinion. If y'all feel different, I'm saying, but it looks horrible.
Okay, so here's what I have to say about that. So this is just me reading up news articles and stuff. So apparently, people are claiming that is better than Marvel Avengers. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was like. I'm like, really? I mean, yeah, sure. Maybe the story. I don't even know what the story is like yet.
Wait, they said what's better than Marvel's Avengers?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Where you get to play as the most least interesting character in the cast of characters of the Guardians.
The reason
if I can choose one, I'm choosing Groot or I'm choosing
Rocket.
Gamora. Well, Rocket, all right, but I have to play as fucking Star-Lord and do what fucking press X to attack. To press X to get Gamora to attack the other guy.
I gotta shoot Star-Lord from Bale. Star-Lord from Bale. Naturally, he was the leader, so that kind of I mean, I personally like him. Maybe I'm just easy to please, or I'm not very on art style. As long as it's not ugly, there's some games. I mean, the only type of games I kind of sometimes are iffy on are what's that shit called? There's a certain type of games like Zelda, how that art style.
Oh, cell shaded.
Shaded, yeah. Other than that, I'm just kind of whatever. But don't that's kind of worrying is not playing as other characters because they kind of just suck to play only as Star-Lord.
That's my thing. Well, last one I say uninteresting. I mean, the one with the least interesting power set. Groot can grow and make himself into giant things and make big. He's not not Plastic Man, but you get what I'm saying. Like he can do those like those Mr. Fantastic. Gamora is a master swords person with enhanced powers. Drax is the destroy. Like they have all, Groot is a tiny fucking raccoon that jumps on people's backs and shoots machine guns. Like it's like, and then we have to use a guy that MCU wise, has 2 water pistols, and rocket boots. And I'm just like, my thing is this: I wish it was more Ultimate Alliance style. One, because the Guardians of the Galaxy has a huge cast of characters. They've been Hulk Lang, Iron Man's been a Guardian, like Nova. Like if it was Ultimate Alliance style, but everything was the same. Everything was the same, but it was Ultimate Alliance style, and you had to convince new heroes to join your team, and so everybody had a different playthrough, different team, different sets. That would have been crazy. That would have been hard, right? And you can switch between characters, right? Maybe you can only play one character per mission, something like that. Like if they want you to play one guy the whole time, like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's ways that they could have done it to which you could have played as everybody else and still, and it still had the same story they did. I just don't like the idea that I have to play a Star-Lord the entire game when you got goddamn Drax right next to him jumping off of buildings. Like this man floating down and Drax is flying. Like, I don't know.
My only problem was that I don't mind playing a Star-Lord, just that as long as the move sets for each character is different. Because if it's the same, then that's going to be a problem. Like if you just say like press S for Gamora to do it like a slash, or like it is like have like a quick time, a QTE, like I can do that for each character, then yeah, each character, if character you command has a different move it can do. But if it's just like one single move, then that's going to be an issue for me. Because I'm not trying to play a game like they just do one move all the time. And it's basically just to do, and they also have the same move, just combine. That's not intending. They'll do something special, like like something Guardians of the Galaxy would do together, a move set.
For me, I was watching like there's gonna be team up moves and stuff like that, and I understand that. I just feel like it's gonna get stale really quickly.
Yeah,
because you're only playing as Star, and so like, it's gonna be like playing as like Ghost Recon. If you have to play Ghost Recon Wildlands, right? Which you and like your 3 other guys, you tell them, oh yeah, go fight those guys. And then you just sit back and snipe.
That's what I did. I just sniped the whole game. I'm like,
well, while they're getting fucked up, you just sit back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and guys, you got have fun trying to kill guys. I'll be a backup sniper. That's what I'm gonna do.
And like that's just not fun to me when it comes to a superhero game, right? Like that's the magic of Ultimate Alliance. You get to play as every character, everybody different movesets and powers, different upgrades like that. And every character felt fresh. Like with this game, I feel like you're gonna get 4 hours in, and it's gonna be like, all right, Gamora Drax, go fight that guy. And then you're just in the back.
Playing 1960 songs. Yeah.
I feel like nobody even asked for Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's another MCU.
Nobody asks for Guardians.
It's the MCU thing. This is definitely MCU.
And the mouse, they just want. I don't know what is Square doing with the. They can make so much cool shit, but it's like they're choosing to make. Like I get you're trying to go for the obscure shit and shit that has never been done before, but I feel like there's more that you can do. Like
be really obscure if they did like a Illuminati game, that would be interesting.
Secret Wars,
a Secret Wars game. But again, you're right. It's off the MCU hype. Like they're riding a wave, and I understand it. I understand why they ride the wave. I get it because that's where they make the money. But I don't know. I feel like if they put those characters in it, like you do Illuminati, you have Mr. Fantastic. You got.
All right, I'm gonna say this. I feel like most of the majority of the Marvel games, excluding Spider-Man, just suck ass. Like, let's go in chronological order. Marvel's Capcom Infinite, ass. Ultimate Alliance, ass. Marvel's Ultimate Avengers could be perceived as ass. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like what they're doing is like after a while, the MCU is hurting them more than benefiting them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like back when it was like they was kind of like by themselves. You can just make up. You can't have games like Ultimate Alliance 1 because for some reason companies think games like Ultimate Alliance 3 is going to sell because of MCU hype and shit like that, you know. So it's really like kind of low key wanted to fail in a way. That's so they can like. It's like I'm a big Marvel head, but you know, for the sake of the game side, I want them to stop doing this. You know, like
just to go on a tangent, you know, talking about we reverse it. Think about DC. DC's movies, their video games, and the animated stuff are three entirely different worlds. You would not know. You would not know, right? Like you watch fucking Justice League, and you're like, oh, this is kind of trash. But then you go play Arkham Knight, and you're like, whoa, this is fun. Then you go watch fucking
any animated
movie all the time. You're like, Young Justice came back. You're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like it's like some wild. It's like this different experience for all of them. But like it's like Marvel. Like even with the Wolverine game, is because Wolverine is the most popular character of the X-Men.
Fact.
And we've had 5 Wolverine games. And I mean, the graphics gonna be good. I mean, it'll probably they have to get closer to mature than they've ever done before with the Marvel game. Shit, like, well, for real. I mean, because the last real mature game was a what game? Guess what? It was a Wolverine game. The last mature was a Wolverine game. That was a Wolverine Origins game where there was blood and shit like that. So they're gonna have to do something similar to that again. So again, it's like I don't know. I feel like he's right, man. For the Marvel universe, they don't make. They don't make besides the Spider-Man game, besides all the Spider-Man games except for the ones based on the movies. And even then, Amazing Spider-Man 1 game is better than the Amazing Spider-Man 1 movie. Amazing Spider-Man 2 game is better than the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie, which is hilarious to think about it. Like they are leagues better than their counterparts, than their movie counterparts. But like all the other ones aren't good. The Captain America game was fun. It wasn't good. It was a fun game. It was on 360
when like movie games were like when they came out like that, you know, like I don't know. I never really touched movie games. I didn't even play the Iron Man game. You know, I
never played the Iron Man game. I forgot that came out.
I played the Iron Man 2 demo. It was all right. It was like just flying like a little dot and then just shooting missiles. That's basically what it was. Like I'm like,
a goddamn Superman game.
That's crazy. But you know what? I feel like the only thing this PlayStation is missing is like, you know, because Jim Ryan's an idiot, and I'll stand on that.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You know, people keep telling you to bring back the old shit or at least have some type of backwards compatibility, and he insists on, you know, just doing his own shit, leaving a lot of money on the table. Like, man.
If he pulling back some compatibility, a lot of people will be like playing old games on PlayStation and without like bother like they'll play a lot of games on there won't be no point for remaster at all. Like it is backward compatible, there won't be no point for remastered.
But you know why you remaster, right? So you can sell the same game for a higher price than you
sold
right.
I mean, we worked on this just to pretty much say that.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, but you also gotta understand when remaster they probably had some tweaks to it, some shit that was fucked up in the original game. Especially these old ass games where like, you know, like
Mass Effect with that long ass elevator.
Yeah, like you know, because sometimes a lot of developers say that when they remake shit, they usually put in shit that they wanted to put in back in the day, but there was probably like technology wise held back.
But remember, it's a remake versus a remaster. Like Knights of the Republic is probably going to be, even for people who played the game originally, it's going to be an entirely new. It's going to be an entirely new experience in some areas because again, remember they're remastering it or remaking it from the ground up. Like they're remaking the graphics, they're recoding a lot of things. Like it's going to be insane. It's going to be different in a lot of areas. But like a remaster, like Alan Wake isn't going to have anything different than Alan Wake. Like you might not. Again, you're right. The glitches might not be there, but overall, it's going to be the same experience.
So Alan Wake.
Originally. Like I'm pretty sure Knights of the Republic, they might add in new options. They're going to add in more customization. They might add it. And then I'm pretty sure if they bring this back and it's successful, which it will be, right? It'll be successful on PlayStation, and then 9 months later on Xbox, it will be successful again. They might drop DLC for it. And it'll be new DLC compared to with new content because they're remaking it from the ground up. I don't know. I feel like remasters for games that, unless the games that like came out on original Xbox or original PlayStation 1 or something like that, you have to remaster. You have to remake / remaster. But it's something that came out late stage PlayStation 2, late stage 360, early Xbox One. That's why Xbox they say you can play it in the upscales because that's all because no one wants to play
and now
fucking Timmy Turner in 4K. I'm sorry.
Now some innovative shit like that's why I kind of got real upset and I said I don't want Xbox no more when I kind of realized that they stopped just putting backwards compatibility games in there because that's what I mainly wanted it for. They were doing something that Sony wasn't. Like having like a weekly thing of Marriott. They have to have like weekly or like some monthly.
They have monthly Xbox Live Gold games. They give you it's on. They do it on Game Pass now too. So Game Pass now they bring in.
I'm saying where like Marriott will have a list where. Hey, we're putting these games as backwards compatibility, like and
They still do that.
They still
do it.
Yeah,
it's for they have it for like Game Pass, but now it's like I think they have them for like.
No, they have both. So they have it for Xbox Live Gold and for. But if it's on Game Pass as a backwards compatibility, then you can just put the disc in the music.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because there's a lot of there's some games that I bought, and the crazy part is like, did you guys know that? Some of the games that were compatible on Xbox 360 are not compatible on Xbox One and SX.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like logically, you would think like, oh, this is the powerful system, so it can probably run that no problem. But no, it actually, it's fucking crazy, bro.
Well, I think for Xbox, it's not technological restraints. It's license restraints.
Oh,
yeah. That's what I think it is. I think right now PlayStation doesn't want to deal with that. Either that or they just want to print money. One of the two. But I don't think they want to deal with it because Xbox. I think they've been fighting in the background. They've been fighting to get these games back on Xbox One.
Oh yeah, people don't take Xbox
tooth and nail.
Yeah, people don't think Xbox been doing shit in the background, but they've been doing a lot of shit in the background. Like Xbox been working that butts up to get like what we need on that game console. Like they've been working the ass off for exclusive, for like companies companies don't come to them to make exclusive license to like get games on Game Pass. They've been working that butt off, and people like still trash on fucking Xbox saying that they ain't doing shit. But yeah,
actually, I have a question. We can talk about this one game, but I'll say it after this one.
Okay.
I was gonna say, speaking of freaking cash grab. I'm like, did anyone really ask for Rainbow Six Extraction?
No,
because I'm like, I don't know any. I know people who play this Rainbow Six religiously, right? Mm-hmm. The like it's beautiful. People will get together. I've never heard anyone be like, what would be cool as zombies.
The small game mode that it did for Halloween 3 years ago. Let's make that a full game.
Yeah, let's make that a full game.
I'm like, who asked for this?
I just play Back for Blood. That's what I gotta do. Okay, I need to play.
I'm thinking about trying it out, but at the same time, I'm not. I'm pretty sure it's gonna end up on Game Pass too, so I'm not really worried.
It's on. The Rainbow Six, right? Oh yeah, it's probably gonna end on Game Pass.
It's probably gonna end up on Game Pass. So I'm not really worried, but at the same time, I'm like, I tried Rainbow Six Siege, and I was just like, yeah. Then I saw some people playing this on the Xbox, like on like YouTube, the sponsored guys playing this on YouTube. But I've never had a friend be like, "Hey man, let's go play the Extraction game, let's go play that game mode." Like I've never heard any friend be like, "You gotta play Rainbow Six Extraction, man. It's like the best zombie game in business." Like I've never heard anybody say that. I mean, like Back for Blood, even with the trailer, people are like, "Yo, this is like Return to Greatness of Left 4 Dead." Rainbow Six Extraction came, people were like,
"That's nice." they did something.
Do I have to pay $60 for this? Oh no, I'm not buying that. No, I don't know. I feel like this is something that could be just. It
could be a DLC.
Yeah, it could be a DLC.
Game, just a DLC package that you down now. Instead of just playing it on Halloween, you can play it all year round. I'm like, yes, make it like Zombies for COD. You know what I'm saying? Make it like Zombies for COD and just have like not make you pay another $60 for another one.
Yeah, because I don't really need to play a zombie game. Like I said, Rainbow Six Siege was one of those games that you just play to just try it out. Because, I mean, I played them like, really, this is what Rainbow Six has come down to? Because originally Rainbow Six games was like, you go in, infiltrate, and extract someone or extract the bomb or do. You basically have a bunch of things you can do. It was like a single player story mission with tactical shooting and espionage and stuff. But it just turned down to
what, tower defense and shooter?
Tower defense and shooter. Let's go in.
The boat is both first.
The boat freeze.
I was like, yo, what's going on?
I was like, damn, boy, you that good. Like,
Yo, what happened?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm still here. Just the camera just goes here.
I was really looking at you.
Like, good now, but you just thought I was like, is there more?
He was like, like, what the fuck? Damn, bro, that was good.
Yeah.
You got us, man. I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Woo! Rainbow Six Siege crashes your computer. Y'all hear that, guys?
Yeah. Stop talking about Rainbow Six Siege, then. I'm sorry, okay? The game is trash, you know.
So I'm like, there's two other games. I'm like, I know it came out already. I haven't seen any reviews or whatever. I'm like, Deathloop looked interesting. I like
not a PlayStation exclusive.
Still not, right?
No, it's
exclusive. Comes out on Xbox in 350 some days.
Yeah.
And then Ghostwire.
And then
Ghostwire Tokyo is what I want to talk about too.
That looks good. But I'm like the one I want to play because I know it's gonna be like a one-liner for us. When they showed the vampire thing, Blood Hunt, I was like, okay, that kind of looks interesting. And then because I read up on some of the games afterwards, and I'm just like, it's a battle royale. Nope, I'm good. You could keep that shit.
It's a battle royale, like really
a vampire hunting battle royale. It released on PC.
It is a
year and a half ago, and then it just got moved up to the big stage. But again, my thing is this: is this the game that's supposed to make me want to buy a PlayStation? Is that what the showcase is?
Battle royale.
End of the day, that's what the showcase is about, right? Showcase is about by the end of the time, but by the time you get to the end of it, you're like, wow, I want to play at least 60% of these games. Right, I would say at least 60%, right? And they had what? I would say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How many games they showed us? They showed us 18 games, right? You know, 50% of 10 is 5. 50%. So we should actually at least want to play 70 of these games, at least, right? I don't. I want
to play like 2 or 3,
right? Like in other ones, I gotta wait. Wolverine didn't even get a date.
Nope, right? it just got a year. That's it.
Wolverine didn't even give us. They don't even give us a year. They said coming soon. It said coming soon. Like it didn't.
That's what it did. Oh,
yeah. Like I don't even think it's going to give us. Yeah, I don't even think it's going to give us. It didn't even give us a date, like a year or anything like that. So I'm just like,
it's like watching an old DVD movie coming soon to a console near you.
Like so like, is that what this? I mean, with that game, it's like. When I watched that, I was like, is that supposed to be something that makes me want to? Did I watch the Vampire Masquerade and be like, man, damn, I need to get my PS5, man.
Like that was the funny thing about for me this time seeing, because when we were originally, Bo and Hydro had originally talked about when they showed Guardians looked horrible the first time they showed it. Yep. At the very least, I give them credit that what they showed was a lot more polished. Still have the issue about just playing with Quill, but like,
and it was my thing is with that, it was gameplay, so that made me even happier. It was actually, I still think it was trash, but it was actual gameplay. So I'm like, okay, you're doing something nobody else is doing. So
yeah, because everyone else is like, yeah, look at this beautiful game, and we're like, but does it play like that? Like, I don't care. Like, you're not you can show me 4K graphics, and then if it plays like Tomb Raider polygon back in the day, like I
don't want that.
Oh shit!
If it plays like what's the game from 2019? Oh my gosh, EA just gave up on it early this year. Anthem. If it plays like Anthem, Anthem had all the potential in the world. Look,
yes, it did.
Then it came out. We was all like
what the fuck is this?
Bamboozled. Run amok. I was like, damn, what the fuck? I was so pissed. That Anthem got me. I'm still pissed by it.
The game crashes. The game turns off people's consoles. Like, the fuck?
There's no end game content.
There's no end game content.
There's no story content.
No, the thing is, there was good story. I mean, according to, because one of the people that I follow that do lore in general for games, he was so excited and really, because he had a situation with the developer. Not like that.
I think we can hear you now. You just sound mad low.
No, I'm catching up on Nintendo showcase.
Oh, okay.
Shit, they brought the fire low key.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit. Okay.
I'm sorry. We'll talk about
But
that.
yeah, no, but with the Anthem, the thing is like the lore behind it was really good, according to a lot of the people who do lore videos and stuff. They're just like they were so disappointed with the game that they stopped doing the lore for it. They were just like, this isn't worth my time because y'all put out essentially a half-ass game.
Yeah, because originally apparently there was a actual story to Anthem, and then Anthem wasn't actually supposed to be called Anthem. It was supposed to be called a different name from what I read at. Yeah, and they changed it. I think it's due to what was it called? Due to some decisions that was made. Basically, they had the game already out, and then they basically had to like rework the game like a month or two before the game release.
And they couldn't delay it again. EA said, "Get the game out now."
Yeah.
Yep. Even though it's not for Anthem, it's not EA's fault, but
not EA's. Not BioWare's. It's not BioWare's fault. It's EA's fault. Because BioWare.
It's not all this for Anthem specifically. It wasn't all EA's fault. It was BioWare's fault too. Like if you read the reports on it, BioWare was fucking up too. EA wanted certain things, but BioWare, the president was like, "How we doing this?" And everyone else is like, "Should we just cancel it?" But they already put so much money into it, so they was like, "Yeah, no." So then they released it, and it was trash. And then they started fixing it, and then EA said, "We're not giving you any more money for this game. I'm sorry."
Yeah, and they said that we need Dragon Age. We need to be working on Dragon Age 4 and the next Mass Effect game. So yeah,
it was crazy because they was like, "Yeah, Anthem 2.0 is gonna come out, and it's gonna be a whole new game." And they was thinking about it. Honestly, I'm okay with it because they hadn't even released fully. If they said that people who already paid for the original have to pay for the second one yet. I think they had said at one point, "Oh, no, it's gonna be a free upgrade." But I'm just like, y'all say that, or did EA say that? But I think the other game I thought was cool. I thought Ghostwire Tokyo was pretty cool. I still don't think that the game. I still think it's another game that I feel like doesn't have personality though.
The Ghostwire, yeah. I mean,
this is like for me, it's like it's first person, which I think is pretty cool. I think the powers are pretty cool and everything, but like the game to me, it's like for me, it's like it's like Forspoken again. Well, Forspoken when you're walking for but the land is fucking empty, fucking Forspoken. But like in Ghostwire Tokyo, it's like the opposite. Like it's filled, it's Metropolis, it's Tokyo and all that stuff, shit like that. But at the same time, it's like kind of dead. Like you're fighting like zombies, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be. So it looks amazing. I'm just like, I need more. I need those two games. I'm just like, I just need more. I need more from Ghostwire Tokyo. I need a boss fight. I need some hardcore gameplay mechanics, stuff like that. That's what I need from that game. From Forspoken, I need story. I need real story. I need real story. Yeah. I need to see the world populated. I need to see a fucking horse or some shit. Like I need to not feel like she's flying over empty assets. You know what I mean? They just like, yeah, let's put some trees there. Trees. She's gonna fly some trees. Like I need something. I need something that like will make it be like, okay, nah, this is it. Nah, I just haven't gotten it yet.
The people at PlayStation are like, no, we're gonna force down this isekai down your fucking throat, and you're gonna like this shit.
Oh, y'all didn't think, hey, just because there's a white guy in charge doesn't mean we're not a Japanese company anymore, okay? All right, just so y'all know that. We're still Japanese, let you know that, Definitely look good though. There's only two other games, which are two indies, which are Kid Amnesia.
I didn't care about the Tishia, whatever fucking game is. Tia.
Tropical Adventure trailer.
And then Kid Amnesia Exhibition. I don't really care about that. Like really, the indie games, I didn't really care about those games. Like it's like, who's gonna play those games? Like really, who are you? Who's gonna play?
Who's the target audience?
Yeah, who's the target audience? It's obviously not us. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure kids nowadays ain't the ones who are playing PS5 for the most part.
I don't know. I feel like the Gran Turismo might be their targeted audience.
That's the flagship franchise right there.
That's the GOAT right there.
We brought back Gran Turismo, and everyone said, "Ooh."
And you can take pictures in different locations.
That was the funniest part. That was the funniest part to me. He said, even in the new robust photo mode, so you can make a new background of a car you don't have. Like, okay.
Or a car you wish you have, but you don't have.
But you don't have. You know, yeah, I don't know. For me, like car games, I don't understand. I don't get the point of robust customization unless it drastically changes performance. You know, and even then, it's like Gran Turismo is a simulation racing game, simulation racing game on set tracks. There's no open world. And I you know what? It kind of sucks that feel that way, but I don't know. Burnout Paradise, again, one of the best racing games to ever come out. Open world. They did everything right. Burnout Paradise to me did basically everything right. It's open world, but it's not boring. Right? When they added the DLC added the extra island. That was cool. How you got new cars was cool. How you upgraded cars. Like everything they did about it was if someone just made a more robust version and a more robust and a bigger open world version of Burnout Paradise, I'd pay $70 and I'd buy all the DLC. I'd do it today.
Arcade racing games make money.
Come on now. No, actually, no. One game we didn't talk about was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Oh yeah. So I actually think it's. Although it's not an exclusive, it is. I think Tiny Tina Wonderland is actually a pretty good game. The reason I say that, because I like Borderlands games.
Yeah, I'm biased too.
Yeah, I like Borderlands games. I like Borderlands 3. So the fact that Tiny Tina gets her own game, Tiny Tina is one of my favorite characters in that game. Like, she talks a bunch of shit and just blows up shit. Like, I like that character, okay? But the fact that she gets her own, like, Dungeons and Dragons type of game, and it's a whole different character's moveset, I'm like, I mean, I'm all in already. I just want some more gameplay on it for me to, like, capture saying that, hey, I'm going to buy this. Because anything Borderlands with Tiny Tina, she can talk... Basically, her talking all kinds of shit is more entertaining than playing the game. That doesn't Tiny Tina is just that fun to listen to. Like I respect Tiny Tina in that game.
How much I want to bet this is gonna be on Game Pass?
Probably won't be. Borderlands 3.
Borderlands 2. I think 2 is on Game Pass too now. So.
Yeah, Borderlands. I think the remastered edition. I think it is on Game Pass. Not quite sure. I think it's just 2. But if it's gonna be on Game Pass, then it's obviously gonna be like until like a whole year.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm pretty sure it won't be there immediately, but.
Yeah, I mean, but it's one of those things, like you said, like if you're planning out your year and you got things you are anticipating, because you got tiers for stuff you're anticipating. It's like, gotta get this now because it's the shit for me. Like, I gotta get this game now. And then, like, you've been saying it all the whole time. It's like, some of these games, you're just like, these at some point are going to end up in Game Pass. I don't really gotta spend my money day one. Again, like, the thing people got to get out of their head is it going straight to Game Pass.
Okay.
Isn't a bad thing. So,
all right. So it probably won't go on Game Pass. I just saw this. I forgot. So Borderlands: The Handsome Collection, which was all 3 of them, whatever, that left Game Pass on March 31st, and then so did the pre-sequel, and then Borderlands 2. So this probably won't really come to Game Pass. That's probably why. That's why. Yeah. So Tiny Tina came out, and they're probably So I think it might rotate, like how some games rotate on Game Pass. Yeah. But more likely it won't come as a permanent stay as the other ones. So, but that's my only question. But no, I think Tiny Tina's look cool. I don't know. I'm not the biggest.
It looks good.
Borderlands games too much. I think Borderlands games. I think I played 3 and I never beat 3 and never beat 2. It just got monotonous to me.
They're good with friends. Like playing it by yourself, it can become very repetitive. But with friends, it's hilarious.
Borderlands 2 I played, and my friend, he already beat the game, and he was like level whatever, and he just gave me all the stuff, and I was just like, okay, I'm bored now. I was like, he was just one-shot bosses, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I don't like friends giving me shit, because I'm like, no, I ain't trying to like be one-shotting people, because friends that play a game too much, they have all the cool shit, and then they just give it to you, like, give you just one shot. I'm like, nah, I'm trying to like play the game, because I did that one time. And I played through one of the characters on Borderlands 2. I basically one-shot everyone because it gave me like a level 50 weapon. I was starting off with level 1. It gave me a gun. I was like basically one-shotting everything. I one-shot a fucking boss.
Hold up, because like in knowing how Borderlands works, you would not have been able to use a level 50 something gun at one.
No, you can't.
No.
You would have had it, like you could have held it so you were 51.
But you can't.
Because I'm like, the broken thing about Borderlands, and I love this just because everyone's gonna have a different experience, is that you can get something with really good perks in the beginning. That's what I love about the randomness of your drops. Like, yeah, of course, going for epic legendary loot, you're gonna get crazier shit, but you do have if you have really good luck, you might get dropped a boss ass shield that's gonna protect you for the first 15 levels. Like, you're like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, how did I just get this? Like, that's the wow factor that I personally like about the looting system for Borderlands.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay, it's probably a mod then, because I like that. I'm one that was doing a lot of damage. It's probably a modded weapon then. But yeah.
And Tiny T's will probably implement that. Plus, that's like magic in it too. So
Magic, yeah.
I'm interested how they do the magic because this will be the first time using magic in a Borderlands style game. So it'll be interesting to that, either because it's still gonna be focused on the guns. So
Yeah.
I wonder if the because how do you spice up the magic with the guns when the guns are still going to be a focus? You know. So
Sure.
see what happens.
Mass Effect. That's how you do it.
Mass Effect. Okay. But yeah, let's see. So I was looking through like some racing games since we're talking about whoever plays racing games. Now, the only racing game that I did enjoy was a game that was in 360. It was called Split Second. I don't know if you guys remember playing that game.
Oh, Split Second. I remember Split Second. That was actually you could play it on the Xbox One.
Oh, really? Okay. Shit,
Yeah,
I'm gonna play it then. Shit.
You can play, I believe if you it became backwards compatible, you could play. I get double check me. But I remember playing it recently on recently as like a year or two ago on Xbox One. But no, Split Second was ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time. It was basically
the world wasn't ready for Split Second.
Nah, Split Second wasn't ready for it because Split Second was one of those games. Basically, you're a stunt driver and you basically can activate stuff around your environment to make it look like you're in an action movie, and you gotta like either survive it or like try to dodge it. I'm like, you have a you only have a second to think about what your decision is. That's why the name Split Second. Like, okay, I see why it was called Split Second. That's a good name.
The thing is, if you trigger, so you're like, that's the actual story behind it. Yeah, your story behind it is you're a movie set and it's a movie race and like you trigger the stuff. So when you trigger stuff, if you trigger the right things in the right order or something like that, or somebody else does it changes the entire course. So you could destroy your bridge, and now you have to take a different way to get around the bridge, different routes like that. You could destroy pillars on a bridge, and now becomes a jump that lands into another part of the track that you couldn't get to before during the bridge. Like it was ahead of its time. Yeah. It was ahead of its time. And Split Second, that's something. You know what? I would want that to be remastered. Remaster Split Second. I would play Split Second in 4K. Give me Split Second in 4K. Yeah. And then give me Split Second 2 and make it open world, and I would be happy. Yeah.
And then go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like to do a quick round robin to think about one game. What's one game that you would remaster for this gen PS5, the new Xbox? So I will go with the one that I've always been championing, and I keep telling people I will sell foot pics on fucking OnlyFans for this trailer, just for a trailer. Legend of Dragoon. I need that remastered for this gen. Remake, all of that. Sell foot pics on OnlyFans for the trailer. But yeah, like so what would you guys pick?
I'll pick Legacy of Do It for the Roses, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
That's back when Konami had some creative juices and actually cared about the Yu-Gi-Oh side on the video games. But yeah, that'll be my choice. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. If there was a game to remaster or remake, I would say Saffron Filter from PS2.
Ooh, a classic. Okay.
You know what? I'm about to go away from y'all on these PlayStations and these Xboxes and I'm about to go to the GameCube. And I'm gonna need that Sonic Riders. I'm gonna need that back. I'm gonna need Sonic Riders back.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Joe just added you on Twitter. I just got to put that out there. He was like, "Oh, word, Sonic." Added.
I need that Sonic Riders back, man. That Sonic Riders back it was not appreciated in its time.
It was not.
It is one of the most innovative, one of the most creative, and one of the it was this plain fun racing games that I ever played. I'm being 100% honest. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have a series of that game than Mario Kart. I'm just niggas gonna be like, oh, this nigga wild. I'm Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders.
Damn, you made me think about Diddy Kong Racing. That needs to get a remake.
I was thinking of Sonic Adventures 2. You need to remake.
That's on every car. You can play it on Xbox.
Yeah, you can play that on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean,
you can play it on Game Pass. Sonic Riders has never been brought back in any way, shape, or form. And I know Nintendo was like, man, fuck that game. But Nintendo, unfuck it. Bring it back. Bring it back. Pull your dick out. Bring it back. Bring it back. I want Sonic Riders. I love that game to death. Oh my gosh, I miss every.
They
I think about every day.
Riders to make another Sonic generic kart racer. That's the worst part.
Sonic Team Racing.
Oh, that shit.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it's horrible, but it's not as good as Sonic Riders.
It's not. Like,
and the story for Sonic Riders was also amazing.
Yeah, new fire-ass characters too.
Yeah.
They had big new character. You could play. They had all the hedgehogs in that game. They had every single hedgehog.
Shadow, fucking
Shadow had the gun on the hoverboard. He had the gun on the hoverboard. This nigga was doing drive-bys in Sonic Riders. Like, come on, man. Bring it back. Bring it back, Nintendo.
Sega.
He said he sell foot pics on OnlyFans. Nintendo.
Nintendo, there you go.
Who's the guy who's got to charge Nintendo? What's his name? Sakurai? No, not Sakurai. That's Smash dude. Whoever's the dude in charge of Nintendo, I will suck your dick.
All right.
Give me Sonic Riders back. Give me Sonic Riders back, dog.
You gotta ask Sega too.
You gotta ask Sega too, yeah. You gotta suck Nintendo's dick and Sega's
Yo. Call me.
She went off the rails real quick.
Call me. I need Sonic Riders back. Call me.
Call me, bro.
All right, that's the credits. Time to plug in the socials.
Don't be like this. It's just like,
But yeah, what else is that? That was about it in the PS showcase. There wasn't really much anything at all. Like, yeah, this is all we got. This is all we're showing. Nothing really much. I'm like, yeah, PS showcase was very disappointing. It was. I mean, sure, there was the cool games. That's like what, like Aaron said, like 3 or 5 games that would look interesting, and then the rest is like, why are you here?
But like I said, at the end of the day, my biggest point about the thing, and this is something I asked about Xbox. So I think Xbox fails in this because basically what Hydra was saying is that all those indie games are just fucking filler. But it's like, is watching the showcase. I need to know, watching the showcase are for people who don't have a PlayStation, somebody who's never played God of War, somebody who's somebody who is interested in Spider-Man but never played Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. Is this supposed to make me want to buy a PlayStation? All right. Is this after you finish the showcase, you're like, yeah, I have to buy a PlayStation, right? And being real, no. Nintendo at E3, I finished that and I was like, why? I said, I'm a fucking idiot because I don't got a Switch yet. I said, I'm fucking dumb. I got problems. I have mental issues because I should have a Switch by now because it was amazing. Watching Xboxes, I'm like, you know what? They got Game Pass. Like, they have something that I can continue playing if I don't like them, right? The whole Yakuza series is on Game Pass. Like, if I don't even like the game, I can get Game Pass. I can game share with a friend and still get it. And we can take turns paying months and we can both have Game Pass, right? Mm-hmm. And I can do that and I can play the games. And if I like them, I like them. I don't, right? But right. PlayStation, I'm watching this. I'm like, all right, since the PS5 came out, exclusive wise, there's about 7 games I want to play. I'm going to spend $500, $600 on 7 games.
I mean, it's kind of a long-term investment when you really think about it. Cause
I agree, but I'm like right now, I'd rather wait till Spider-Man comes out, Wolverine game comes out. Then I buy it, and now I can play all those games. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it's as a right now moment, right? Like because people are thinking like Wolverine doesn't have a date. Spider-Man's 2023. 2023, yeah, I believe. Because it's not next year, it's the year after. 2023. God of War, if you never played any other installment, then I believe you might be playing on PS Now. I think you played other on the PS Now, but I think you played all of them.
You play all them on PS Now.
But you play all of them on PS Now, so you got to do it retroactive. Like it's like this. It's not. It's just not enough for me to be like, for me to think like, oh yeah, damn, I need this shit right now, right? And it's not enough. It's not enough accessibility to where I'm like, you know what, I'll get it and I'll play it when it comes out, or I'll play other things in the meantime. Because anything I can play in the meantime that I want to play, I can already play on my Xbox. Or it's going to come to my Xbox next year, so I can play the other games that they got coming out, and then I'll play that next year. That's just my thoughts. That's just my thoughts.
True. So overall, what do we give it overall? I know you already said you were going to give it like a 5 or 6 out of 10.
5 or 6 out of 10. Yeah, that's what I would give.
What about you, Bo?
I'm gonna give it a 6, only because they at least show like 2 or 3 games that was like at least PlayStation exclusive. That was like that's something that we didn't know about. Mm-hmm. That was just like a surprise for me. The surprise was the Knights of the Old Republic remake. That I was like pretty like excited about, because I was like, at first I was like, didn't know. I was like, okay, you see this dark figure, and then next thing I see a lightsaber, I'm like, oh shit, a lightsaber, Star Wars, let's go! And then like, it shows Knights of the Old Republic, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm more excited to be Star Wars, and that was like the most exciting thing I could. That was like the most excited I could be for like the PlayStation. And then the Project Eve, I already saw a couple of gameplays about it. I didn't know if it was gonna be a PS5 game or not. But I don't think it's a PS5 game only, but it's probably gonna be an Xbox Series X or S. But I think it's mostly PS5 exclusive last I saw. But that's a good thing, because I actually be keeping track of Project Eve. I'm actually glad that it's coming out on a PS5 and not on PC, because last time I watched it was only for like PC. Goodness coming to PS5. So those are the 2 games.
Yeah, so what I'm reading right now is that Project Eve has previously been confirmed as a PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and Series S game. Mm-hmm. And this was in September 14th, 2021.
2021, okay.
Okay. But even though it was shown at PlayStation's thing.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm still excited to play in all platform, because that actually looks good. Whether on PlayStation, we'll find out since it's on Xbox and everything. The rest is like, meh. There's not anything really coming out this year. It's like, well, I have to wait 2 years or a year for this game to come out, because they're already like, PlayStation already pushed back a bunch of that exclusive already to 2022. Fucking Horizon Forbidden West was pushed to 2022. Fucking what other games was pushed to 2022? I can't remember. A bunch of games was pushed to 2022, which is fine, because mostly, when you think about it, the Xbox showcase and the PS showcase, in my opinion, the Xbox One, if you were to compare it to the Xbox One, the showcase, reason being because most of the games are going to be on Game Pass, and they're all coming out next year on Game Pass. Like,
it's a very close race between mediocre, but yes, I agree.
Yes, yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's a very close mediocre race, but it's like,
yeah.
But I can get it for free.
Yeah, I'll get it for free. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I don't care if I sound biased. I don't give a fuck. The presentation was a 10 for me. And hear me why.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
5 for Spider-Man, 5 for God of War. That's a 10, baby. That's all I need. That's all I need, man. Look. I don't care about no Wolverine yet. I don't care about no Canon. I don't even really care about Horizon Zero Dawn. Just Spider-Man, God of War. That's all I was really asking for. I don't give a fuck about none of all that shit. All right, I'll pay out of pocket for all that shit. Like, what's up? Like, I spend big money for those games.
This circles back to the conversation we had before this, where I said if Microsoft were to buy Rocksteady and make Batman exclusive, that would change the entire landscape of gaming.
I would not allow that.
That would change the entire landscape. Yo, that alone would end the console wars day one. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, y'all can't do this.
Rocksteady
This isn't fair."
If Xbox has Rocksteady, it'd be over.
I mean, but that's the thing though. Like Microsoft be buying up shit, don't do shit with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're okay seeing what they're gonna do with Bethesda because Bethesda was already in a shithole before they even bought. So it's like, is it gonna make it worse or actually make them better? That's the key thing. Like a lot of people are still pissed off how they bought Rare and they didn't do shit with them. Like Banjo-Kazooie been like in the fucking gutter for like.
Elder Scrolls 6 has been announced. Mm-hmm. Starfield is supposed to come out and watch it up to 2023. Since I looked at 2023. I mean, it probably might get pulled forward, but right now, 2023. I mean,
yeah.
And Deathloop is coming to Xbox, and then it'll.
And then they already like said that they are in the process of making a Outer World 2, but they don't know where they're going.
That's Obsidian.
Obsidian. Oh yeah, never mind. Obsidian.
It's all on the same umbrella, right?
Is it? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, no, wait, I think it is.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I think Obsidian is the same people.
Wow, so Outer Worlds. Was Outer Worlds 1 exclusive?
Yeah, it was. It was exclusive for like on Xbox. Yeah, it's exclusive for Xbox because.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that was an Xbox exclusive. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Obsidian is an Xbox company.
Damn, suck my dick, that was a good game. I like Outer Worlds.
It was a good.
Yeah, it was a good game.
When God of War come out, the streets gonna be on fire. You hear me?
Yeah.
We talking about now, but we know in a couple of years and change, whenever it comes out, that's all you gonna see. Like
that is true. Like, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's be real. Like we talking about the now. Like when all that shit hit, it's gonna hit. Like
that's true.
Like I might be unemployed.
Shit, for overall, I gotta give the whole showcase a 5 because that's about how many games I ended up liking. and I'm like, the sad thing is, like you said, the thing is, like some of them are remakes. But it is what it is. The fact that like we hit up, like most of us do like the exclusives. I mean. No one cares about Gran Turismo. No one cares.
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
We need Midnight Club, in fact.
Why not bring that back? Right?
This snapping game.
You got the Midnight Club IP just gathering dust. And you bring back Gran Turismo.
The only racing games. Yeah, the only racing games that I think they need to bring back or revive. Split Second, Midnight Club, Burnout Paradise.
You can play Burnout Paradise on your Xbox One or
yeah, you can. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking at that. And there's that game that I played. It was called Blur.
Blur is a good game too.
Blur. They was supposed to make a Blur 2, but for some reason they never made it. It never made it get into development. So I'm like, it was pretty like heartbroken about that. So they probably need to bring it back, because Blur 1 was actually fun to play with friends. So, but yeah, games like Gran Turismo, Forza, it's just like, yeah, who cares?
Need for Speed needs to stop fucking around with this dumb shit.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
All the racing games just need to bow to Mario Kart.
Am I lying?
He's not wrong. Mario Kart 8 been out for like 6 years, so.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They need to make it. They might wait on 9.
All right.
It's a Mario Kart 8, but there isn't a Diddy Kong 2. What kind of bullshit is this?
That's Microsoft's fault. That's Microsoft's fault.
That is my, but there's no Sonic Riders. We can keep going forever. But
I mean, say Sonic Team. Sonic Team just be fucking up, man. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm so plugging myself now, right, Bo? So you plug.
Yeah. Let's plug in ourselves because we're going long enough because we already expressed how we feel about it.
Make Steve edit more. Fuck you, Steve.
The Steve slander. I love you, slander.
Let's go 2.5 hours. I'm not fucking. I'm not fucking leaving.
Nothing but Steve for the last hour.
Okay, Steve slanders.
Let's get the shit. Steve.
We can save. We could have an episode just of Steve slandering just next time. but with a
gonna edit it
twist.
too. He gonna edit it.
But yeah, let's go ahead and just like end it in a nice note and like wrap up. Plug in our socials. Let's start with our guest. And then add the show, and then we'll go around with Hydra, and then make full circle. So.
As you said before, I'm Aaron, aka the Lost Homie, aka the Anime Anthology of the Black Anime Universe. You know what I mean? Because we're not just a pod no more. We're a universe. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BLXXK Anime. That's at BLXXK Anime. Also follow our other two planets, solar systems, whatever you want to call them, whatever, part of the universe. That's at Tsundere. So that's Soon, like you watch anime, Tsundere. Tsundere, Tsunderi. Follow her on Twitter and Instagram, and then follow HBCU Anime because we them niggas. So follow HBCU Anime. You don't know what HBCU is, that's how you're gonna find it out. And yeah, we're on YouTube. All three of us, Tsundere, HBCU Anime, Black Anime, we're also on YouTube. We're going to start pumping those numbers up, getting them up there, trying to get some more content for you guys out here. So, yeah, I love being on here. And inside the mind of Blerd, it's always fun. So, it was dope.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay. Follow me at Hydro the Alpha Omega. I do reviews, game reviews mostly. I got 2 reviews in work, Judgment and Ace Attorney, the Great Ace Attorney, and I look forward to coming back and actually giving my thoughts and hopefully have more not daily uploads, but at least weekly uploads. And follow my link tree, it's gonna be in the description, and just follow my social Strawhead Hydro at Twitter. And that's why we're just talking about just shoot the shit, sometimes about my personal life, and not just be shitting on Pokemon players sometime again. So
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to look on that, but Bo, go for it.
It's your boy Bo, Boys on It. You can follow me on Twitter, on Twitch, the same name, Bo Done Did It, and you can follow me on YouTube. I'm gonna start doing a thing where I post my clips of like my best gameplays and funny gameplays of shit on YouTube. So look out for that. And I also will start like doing like a what you call like a game talk. So it could be like talk about a game like a Genshin game or how I feel about games. Basically my first impressions of games. So I'm gonna start doing that from now on. So look forward to that, keep in and then see how I feel about the game. If you like it or not, then you could get a reason to like buy it or not, But yeah, both on this for my Twitter and Twitch. I was trying to Twitch every week now, or every day, at least most of the time during the weekend. So you can catch me on the weekend. I play mostly Genshin and Destiny, and then sometimes currently still trying to finish Color Nexus, so I'll try and stream that as well. I'm almost done with the Kazane playthrough, and after that I'm going to start the YouTube playthrough and see how that goes too, because so far I'm keeping up with the anime. It was really good. Hopefully the game is obviously pretty good. So
all right, so it is your favorite MI6 agent DoubleOhStatus. You can follow me at Tree No Forest. That's that link tree, linktr.ee/DoubleOhStatus. You can find everything in there. The It Mob link tree is also in my link tree, so you could go down that rabbit hole and follow everybody in the crew. Follow my OnlyFans for the foot pics. Nah, that's only for the if they want to make that trailer for Legend of Dragoon, I got you. To give another kind of like an exclusive, for those hearing us all the way to the end. It's the second time that I'm second and last time I would be announcing this, because it's going to happen in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I can't really speak on it till after the event, but I'm going to be a panelist actually at New York Comic-Con 2021. All the details and stuff as far as what I'm going to do in the panel, what I'm going to be a panelist for, will come the week after, because ain't trying to get sued.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know why I'm here.
Yeah.
So there you go. Follow everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Gang gang.
Gang, yeah. All right. So, one, thank you for being with us to making us to the end and hear us rant about, a lot of stuff during the way while we talk about the disappointing PS showcase. But it's what they're doing right now, so we can't really complain. Well, we can actually because it's kind of trash. But anyway, you know, we'll be talking more about gaming. So look for us more to talk about other gaming episodes and watch our other previous episodes. We do talk about other stuff on that. Check out our E3 video as well. We talk about how trash Capcom was. But anyway, yeah, you can watch our E3 video. We got in Spicy Lady in there, so she has some good inputs to put on there as well. So, and some of our other pod mates as well. So check out our video as well, and our gaming video. And with that being said,
and
that's about it.
We're out.
Steve, you a bitch.
Damn.
Have a good day.
I'm kidding, Steve. I love you.
Really.
Don't edit me out. Don't edit me out, Steve.